Now, listen, this evening, really, really awesome. I am so excited because if you are new, and whether that's new to the business, if you are new to belif or new to skincare, I will be doing a very quick kind of overview about what belif stands for, the brand mission. We'll be talking very high level about the products, but this evening, the meat of the presentation is truly focused on activation. And you know what they always say, right? Don't we always think that peer-to-peer education is always the best? So I feel like it's one thing for me to share all of the product education, but I feel like the activation and the real tactics, they have to come from you, right? So this evening, it is my special honor. I am so excited. You know and you love her, Miss Emily Stevens. So Emily, come on and say hello to everybody. Hi.
Good evening, everyone. I am so excited to be here with you.
It's so nice to see you. And Emily, the comments, everyone. So I asked everybody to tell their, favorite products. And I love Maria's like, excuse me, I cannot decide. Jelly cleanser, aqua bomb, moisturizing eye bomb. So Maria, you basically covered everything that we have. In fact, you did cover everything. So nice to see you. Everybody is saying hello to you, Emily. I am so excited once again to have the opportunity to partner. So Emily, should we go ahead and jump in and just start talking all about belif?
Let's just get to it.
All right, that's what I say as well. Okay, so once again, for those of you that are brand new, first of all, if you're new to Avon, welcome. We are so excited to have you. It is such an exciting time to join our company. But tonight is all about belif. And belif is an incredible brand. It's all about the power, right? The power behind hydration. And before we talk about those products, I thought it would be really interesting, especially if you're new, just to kind of take a step back and introduce you to what belif is and what it stands for. So there's a little story, and I bet we could all recite it together, right, Emily? I feel like we could probably, just say, okay, everybody go. But the story behind belif is that 150 short years ago or so, a guy named Duncan Napier. Now, this is going to be really important. Duncan Napier, he lived in Edinburgh, Scotland, and he unfortunately became incredibly ill. He had a very chronic cough. Does it sound like anything that we may be experiencing today, some of us, right? But he had a very chronic cough and cold, could not shake it. He tried everything. Luckily for Mr. Duncan Napier, he actually worked for a medical herbalist. And so he had the ability to kind of start playing around with, different herbal formulations. And much to his surprise, he actually found something that worked and cured his cough. And of course, it inspired him so greatly that he went on to study botany, and he later became a world-renowned medical herbalist. He ended up opening his own shop in 1860. And here's the coolest thing. The shop is still in existence today. Pretty cool, right, Emily? I think that I've said before, we should all take a trip, go check it out, right? Just to be sure. Absolutely. So you may be wondering, okay, that was a cute story, but how does that relate to belif? So it relates to belif because belif is all about herbal remedies. It's all about the herbal formulations. And, without going really deep into it many years ago, we knew that, as a company, that Korean beauty, there's a lot of innovation in terms of science and all of the packaging, but they also knew that, in Edinburgh, Scotland, they knew that, Europe was really renowned for its herbal formulations. And so they actually did a collaboration and created belif in 2010. So many of you may have said, you know what? I've seen belif around before. You may have seen it, right? In Sephora. So it's been in Sephora for several years, and it just entered into Ulta last year. And at the same time, we brought it into our Avon portfolio. And we are so excited about that. And I know, Emily, we're going to talk a little bit more about that, later in the presentation. But the mission behind belif is all about being truthful, being transparent, honesty, simplicity. What you see is what you get. And I love the fact that they absolutely label all of the ingredients very clearly on every single package. They actually really carefully select all of those herbal remedies that they're going to actually use in those formulations. Now, here's a really cool, fun fact, and that is that every single belif product worldwide. So we have 4 products right now at Avon, but there are hundreds worldwide. Every single belif product uses a baseline of something called Napier's Original Formula. Recognize the name? Duncan Napier. And it has things like calendula, raspberry, wild indigo, chickseed, and this really unique formulation is the key formula that's all about keeping your skin very healthy. It calms your skin. It has good things like antioxidants. And that's just always something very, very fun that I love to talk about because I'm like, it's so cool that worldwide, the one thing that every single belif product shares is its original formula. The other thing about belif that they really pride themselves on is, safety. And when I say safety, you're like, wait, do I need a hard hat? No, what they mean is that they're not going to have any ingredients in their herbal formulations that are going to be harmful. So no synthetic dyes, no synthetic fragrances, no mineral oils. Everything is derivative from natural origins. And of course, we also love the fact that with belif, very straightforward in terms of, the containers. And again, I just love the fact that everything is 100% recyclable. So that's just a little bit about the belif, the mission and everything that the brand really stands for. Now, let's quickly go into the products. Now, my friend Emily, you're going to keep me on track because you know that I love my belif products. So very quickly, I know that you have all really talked about your favorite belif products. By the way, if you have just joined, welcome. We're so excited to have you. My name is Jeannine, and I lead skincare education for the company. And I'm with my good friend, Emily Stevens. And she is just one of our top leaders and always so impressive. And I'm so excited to be partnering with her this evening. We're talking all about belif. So the first product, I don't think I need to say this twice. I think everyone knows at this point what my favorite cleanser is on the face of the earth, and it is the belif Jelly Cleanser. Emily, do you love this product? Yes.
Not only do I love this product, but my husband loves this product, and he's constantly stealing it from me.
Yes, and we've had this conversation. My husband, Chris, he absolutely loves this product, and he lovingly calls it. He says it's that fruit salad stuff because he thinks it smells like fruit salad. And I'm like, okay, there could be worse things. It does smell really great, but he did say recently, and I think I shared this with you, Emily. He was like, "Hey, we're out of some of that fruit salad stuff in the shower," and I was like, okay. I love that Whitney is saying that her husband uses the cleanser. Okay, so everybody, it's time to dig on the secrets. If your partner or any of your friends, anybody you live with, that they wouldn't really want everybody to know, does anybody actually use the jelly cleanser? So tell us that. Many reasons to love this product, but this is a gel to foaming cleanser. A little goes a very long ways. So while you may look at this and think, oh my goodness, that's not a really incredibly large tube, a little will go a long way. But one of my favorite reasons that I use this product, and I use it religiously every day, twice a day, is the fact that when I'm cleansing my face, it truly removes everything, but it leaves my skin feeling so refreshed, and it definitely is not stripping my skin of any moisture. So one of my favorites. The next product that we have is the True Cream Aqua Bomb. Oh my goodness. Tell me in the comments if this is one of the products that you absolutely love and die for. So this is an incredibly ultra lightweight gel cream. Great for all skin types, but most certainly if you have oily skin, this is going to be a great product for you. It's very cooling, very refreshing. but it's going to give you kind of that punch. Can you see it right there? There you go. It's going to give you just this really nice kind of very light punch of hydration that every single person really needs. Look how pretty that even looks. By the way, this is going to give you 70% increased hydration in only 1 hour. Okay, so that's the first moisturizer. Lots of things that I could say about this, but I will not. Okay. And then the second product we have is the True Cream Moisturizing Balm. Okay, this is another really great product. By the way, all of these products are great for sensitive skin. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there. This is a very comforting moisturizer. It is a step up in terms of the thickness and texture, in terms of the hydration. It's very intense, but it feels like a cloud, like a cushiony cloud. That's kind of the best thing that I could say. And this one actually helps to maintain moisture in your skin for up to 26 hours. Emily, question for you. If you had to choose, and you cannot say both, you had to choose Aqua Balm or the moisturizing balm, and this is for all of you as well, I want you to drop in the Q&A pod. You have to choose. There is no both. You had to choose Aqua Balm or moisturizing balm.
So this is my Aqua Balm, and mine looks very different than yours. Mine's almost empty. Can you see that?
Mine was for camera.
I think that answers your question. It's so hydrating. It's like my skin just drinks it up. And pro tip, I keep mine in the skincare fridge. And in the mornings, it's just this rush of coolness on my face. It's amazing.
Love, love, love. Okay, so the comments, they're pouring in. Okay, we've got, this is very close. We've got a lot of Aqua Bombs. Oh, I know. Look, I like how some of you are like, I'm just going to skip over and go right to the moisturizing eye balm because that one's my favorite. Okay, speaking of which, the moisturizing eye balm. If you have not been introduced to this product, I could do a dedicated training session just on this one product. But I am not going to do that because tonight is all about activation. But this is very lightweight, very impactful. It is going to do a lot of things. Obviously, it's going to boost your hydration. But in addition to that, it is also going to have a bonus benefit of really helping with fine lines and wrinkles. And all you have to do when you touch it, it's literally so bouncy. And you just put a little bit on your eye, a little bit, and just tap it in will go a long way. I love this product because it can be layered with other eye creams if you need it. I often do not. And of course, if you've tuned into any of the trainings, one of my favorite tips is that I love when I'm getting ready and I'm applying my makeup, I will just baste my lips with this product, and it really helps with dry, crunchy lips. That sounds weird, but I know you know what I'm talking about when I say dry, crunchy lips, right? Okay, so let's see. I'm just looking at some of the
eye serum from Esonox, and then I apply this on top in the evenings. In the mornings, this is my go-to to wake up my skin under my eyes, and it makes underneath my eye makeup goes on so much sooner after putting this on.
It does. And Emily, you bring up a really great point about the makeup. So especially Aqua Balm has also been used as a dual purpose for a makeup primer. Kind of interesting. If you're ever in a crunch, you can use that as a primer. But the moisturizing eye balm, this is so world renowned as a great primer for eye makeup that this was actually a featured product for 4 years at a New York Fashion Week. And I've got to tell you, that is saying something really big because, when you're at Fashion Week, the makeup game is really strong and the makeup cannot move, as you know. So this is the product for 4 consecutive years. This was one of the products that was used by one of the very large brands. So very, very cool. And I'm seeing a lot of you are talking about, absolutely loving. Stephanie is asking, can you keep the eye balm in the fridge as well? Yes, absolutely. You can keep, okay, so side note, let's pause on belif for one moment. You can, with our Avon portfolio, you can keep every single skincare product in the skin fridge except for one. And that one product right now is Green Goddess oil, and that is only because the jojoba in that product, it will, when it gets cold, it will start to consolidate. So if you have ever put it in your skincare fridge and you're like, oh, it looks like it's starting to, turn into a solid, that's why. So it's just better left out of the skin fridge. Okay, so the other products that I wanted to talk about are some of our limited editions. So we have talked about the baseline products, and now I just wanted to really quickly show you some of our favorite holiday limited editions. How many of you have taken advantage of our belif travel set? So Emily, I know you have one of these. You love this product. Cutest ever. This actually contains the deluxe sizes of the Aqua Bomb Jelly Cleanser. You have the mini Aqua Bomb. You have the mini moisturizing balm. And then you also have a mini moisturizing eye balm. So you actually have every single thing in here. A lot of you are saying that you absolutely love these. Really great. And I've got to say this, and Emily, just please jump in because the activation ideas, great for stocking stuffers, travel. I feel like it's a great way to treat yourself. It's a great way, to introduce new customers to belif at such a really wonderful introduction price, right?
I want to point out too, maybe you're a new representative, or maybe you're just introducing yourself to belif. This is a great way to introduce yourself to belif so that you can speak on it to your customers. It's $20, and you're going to get everything in the regimen to try so that you can then speak to it on your customers. And when they ask you, have you tried it? You can say, yes. Well, yes, I have.
Yeah, absolutely. So many reasons to love, again, this mini holiday travel set. And I don't know if you guys, if you all recall, but when we had the travel set back in the spring and it sold out so quickly. And that was probably for belif one of the number one questions was, oh my gosh, are we ever going to get it back? And I was like, stay tuned, wink, 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 or wink, wink right here. So definitely take advantage of the belif, the mini travel sets. We also have, beautiful, we have our holiday sets. Now this is an incredible, so by the way, really fun fact, the products in here, it comes with the moisturizing balm or the aqua balm, and there is a full-size product, and the full-size product has a price by itself of $38 hit price. So for $38, by the way, you're getting this entire kit. So you get the cute packaging, you get the deluxe size cleanser, you get the moisturizing eye balm for free. So Emily, I know that you love these holiday kits. Are you going to talk to us a little bit more about that in the activation segment, or is there anything you want to throw in right now?
I am so excited about these holiday kits because you get two products free. They're going to fly off the shelf. They're special editions. So if you do have a customer that's thinking about belif or you're introducing them to belif, well, get it now because while it lasts, we have a special holiday set for you.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. And I'm seeing a lot of comments and questions. Marcia, I just want to absolutely, I absolutely want to make sure that you know that Marcia was pointing out that when we are using our skincare products, we always want to make sure that we use a spatula. Most certainly, you always want to make sure that you are being super hygienic. But this is just one only for me, and this is only for display. So this isn't even going on my face, but Marcia, thank you. That was a really good point, just to point out in case any of you are thinking I'm going back and, using this on my face. Okay, we also have, and listen, I know that this is not necessarily related to the holidays, but I also just kind of wanted to do a quick call out on a couple of other limited edition sets, and then we're jumping right into activation. We have our tumbler sets. Emily, I know that this was one of your favorites. Loved the fact that it came in this cute tumbler. And inside the tumbler, you received a full size, either aqua bomb or moisturizing balm. And by the way, this is a full size product. The same amount of product is in this tube as it is in this jar. So just so you know, because that was kind of a big misconception. And we also have the jelly cleanser. What did you say, Emily?
Use this one for travel because it's so lightweight, and I do like to bring full-size products with me when I travel.
I knew you were a girl after my own heart, right? And of course, because a lot of you still ask about this, this is to me kind of the ultimate treat when it comes to kind of, creating a mask. But we have the Belif Aqua Bomb or Moisturizing Balm. These have hyaluronic acid. So you basically take your moisturizing balm or your Aqua Bomb, and you would take a little pod. There's 8 pods in here. And it's very cool, all very sanitary, very easy. You just put a little bit of the product in the pod, you whip it up, and then you can apply it as an overnight mask, and it is absolute heaven. So that is another fun product that we just quickly wanted to run through. However, I promised you that tonight was all about activation. And one of the things that's really important to me is the fact that you really hear from your own. And Emily, you've heard me say this so many times, and that is, I am happy to always come on and share, the product education, all of the deep dives, and I'm happy to share tips and tricks and ideas. But the reality is that, Emily, you are a representation of what every single person on this webinar tonight or whoever's watching the replay, what every single person is doing, because you live it, you breathe it, and you walk the walk every single day. So you know that I am a massive fan of peer-to-peer education. And so tonight I wanted to have Emily on because I know, number one, Emily is so passionate, not only about Belif, and about skincare, but she is passionate about her business, but she is also equally passionate about really nurturing sister and brother relationships in this business. And she loves nothing more than sharing. And so we wanted to talk about, how do you use Belif to really accelerate your business? And the one thing that Emily and I talked about, and that I challenged Emily with, is that I wanted this not to just be a regular activation. I wanted us to really speak to all of wherever you are in your journey. Maybe you are brand new to Avon or to skincare or to Belif, and you're like, you know what? I don't even know where to start, but tell me how. So you're going to need one set of specific activation tips. The next type of representative is someone that you're like, okay, I've been here, I know Belif, I'm knowledgeable, I've joined your training sessions, I've tried the products, I've had some success, but I really need to go further. I need to know, tell me, help me, how do I actually gain more sales, and really how to promote that. So that's number 2. And then the third bucket is the individual that is incredibly seasoned, and you very likely consider yourself an expert. You are a skincare expert. In fact, normally you may see a training and say, you know what, that's great. I'll make sure my team members go, but I have all the education that I need because I am already seeing a lot of success reaching new customers. But for you, we all know that we always need new ideas to continue to expand and grow our business. So Emily, no pressure, right?
A good challenge, but thank you so much for those kind words. And it's just really an honor to be able to come and speak to you all today. I love sharing and collaborating. So, my first tip for if you're new to Avon or new to the world of Belif is a question. Have you tried it yet? I mean, that's a huge one. We already talked about taking advantage of that travel kit to try it for yourself, but have you gotten the samples yet? Tell me in the comments who ordered Belif last time and got all of these samples from Avon. I feel like Avon's throwing them in our box like it's Halloween and we're trick-or-treating. I have lots of Belif samples here lately. But if you don't have them, that's a great way to try it. If you haven't tried the full size yet, at least try the samples. Did you know right now, belif samples are on sale at your online store? They're normally $3 and they're $1.40 right now. That's 46 cents a sample. So think about what you can do with these samples, and we might talk about it in a little bit. But if you haven't tried it, at least try it with a sample for yourself so that you can speak to it to your customers. And actually, the jelly cleanser is in a sample now. I haven't seen that yet. So that's exciting. I'm definitely adding the jelly cleansers to my sample portfolio. But it's really important to think about that the belif customer might not be a customer that you have yet. It's okay to have a new fans in your customer base. So maybe your belif customer isn't a current customer. And I think that's so important to have that mindset for our business, that we need to get ourselves in front of new customers all the time. So I wanted to talk a little bit about how we can actually do that. We all know and love the platforms we're already on social media, like Instagram and Facebook. And so maybe think about those platforms a little bit differently. For example, on Instagram, what hashtags do you need to be using and following on Instagram that can attract a belif customer to yourself? My friend Michaela Sirajuk is an Instagram queen, so I recommend you following her. She is so great at finding just the right hashtags to follow. So hashtag belif, hashtag aqua bomb, hashtag moisture bomb. All of the products can have their own hashtag, but also think about what the product does. So hashtag hydration, hashtag Sephora, because we know that belif is sold at Sephora. So someone that's following the hashtag Sephora might be your ideal customer. So Facebook, that's another one most people are already on. So think about what groups a belif fan might be in. I mean, Jeannine, you and I have talked about before that belif kind of has a cult following. Like there are people that are fangirls of belif. And so who is a fangirl of belif and what group is she in on Facebook? I'm going to call up my friend Whitney Klein. She is the group expert. She is so good at engaging in groups. And that's such a good tip. When you do find the right group to get into, don't go into that group hot, waving your Avon flag, intending to sell to everyone in that group. Slow down and go in there with the intent to interact with people, build relationships with people, find common ground to engage with people. Then as you start to build that relationship, you're like, actually, I get my belif at Avon. And don't get stuck on these platforms, though. I mean, we all know Instagram, we all know Facebook, but don't get stuck there. Try to branch out on a new platform. Maybe it's Pinterest. I will call out my friend Deb Hastings. She is so great at creating beautiful pins on Canva for Pinterest. But did you know you can actually pin to Pinterest right from your online store? So you just go find the product that you want to talk about. Maybe it's belif, and you just scroll down to the bottom and you click that Pinterest button and you can share it to Pinterest. And so right there, you've got a super easy pin. So Pinterest is basically a virtual search engine, and it's a great way to get in front of people that you don't know yet. And that's, again, so important for our business. Maybe you start a YouTube channel. Maybe you do like a get ready for bed with me video or a tutorial of yourself using the belif products. And by titling your video with belif, people looking for belif are going to be able to find it.
So Emily, I'm going to stop you. Because I can feel it right now. I can feel it. This is for the brand new, like representative or someone that's new to Avon, skincare or belif. And so your tips, right, first of all, were, because I just want to do a recap.
Tip number 2, didn't I?
You did. I was like, let me stop you. I was like, let's stop for 1 second. I was like, okay, so I'm brand new. because I could see the comments. People are like, oh my gosh, like I can't do a video. So if I'm brand new, I think what you're trying to say, Emily, is less is more. You can take a deep breath, and you don't have to take the entire elephant bite, right? Really, most importantly, is start trying the products. And the samples, Emily, that you brought up were a fabulous idea. The second thing,
you gotta rein me in.
The second thing, the travel kit is an excellent way for you or your customers, right? And listen, you may not even have a belif customer. Give it to your family or your friends, but for $20, it's a really great way. But then Emily, you gave a really great tip to say, let's talk about social media, and you shared some of the platforms and some of the hashtags. So I think that's kind of the big thing. And then Emily, wouldn't you also agree, if I'm brand new, education is really important. Like the first thing you need to do is not only use the products, but really understand the products, right?
Yeah, because you want to speak to the benefits. What does this do for me? I mean, we say a lot, people buy from people they like, and people that like you might like the same things that you like, but you need to speak to people, talk to people in terms of benefits. They want to know, what is this going to do for me, and how is it going to benefit my life? And the answer is hydration.
Absolutely. Okay, so simple, very easy to really start. And again, this is just for the individual brand new. I'm already overwhelmed because I don't know where to start and I don't know what to do. The answer is you don't have to do a lot, right? You just start small. Now, Emily, let's move into the second representative. And by the way, tell us in the comments. I've seen quite a few of you saying that you're brand new. This is your first webinar, so congratulations. We're so excited to have you. But tell us in the comments, do you fit, which profile do you fit? Are you the person that you're like, I'm brand new, either to Avon, to skincare, to belif? Now we're going to talk about the second individual. And this is the person that says, I've been here, I know about belif, I'm knowledgeable, and I may have seen a little bit of success, but I really have not been able to sell belif as much as I would like. So Emily, give us some very specific tips. This is for the person that's like, they need to up the game just a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm sorry for getting so excited. You can tell I am really passionate about my skincare.
Yes, I love it.
But, I think it's really important to know that it can sometimes take 7 times for someone to click. It's actually called the 7 times factor. It's scientifically true. It can take someone 6 to 7 times to see something and process it before they actually take action. So I think it's important to call out when you are posting on social media. A great post, for example, is, who has used belif and what do you think? Maybe your followers don't even know that belif is carried by Avon. So that's just a great talking point right there. Who has used it? And then when they comment, I've used it, I like Aqua Bomb, I get it at Sephora, I get it at Ulta, then you can send those people a private message and ask them more. What do you like about it? And where do you get it? And would you be willing to get it from me? Did you know I carry belif from Avon? So I did this back in February when we first came out with belif, maybe it was January. And I got tons of responses from people that were buying this at Sephora. So I messaged them. I asked them if they would consider buying it from me. And did you know, not a single one of them turned me down. People want to shop with a friend and not a faceless chain. They already know and love the product. Maybe they didn't know you even have it. Now they can get it from you. So that is a really important tip. Don't post it one time and expect the millions of dollars to come rolling in. I mean, you have to make it a part of your story. You have to be consistent with what you're posting, talking about the benefits, how you use it, what you love about it. Ask friends to share a testimonial. Do you have a customer that loves belif? Ask her to share. Those testimonials are so much more powerful than any amount of money you can spend running an ad. someone that can endorse the product and endorse you as their Avon lady is going to take you so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And Emily, so just to recap, if we're looking at, the individual that's like, okay, I've been with Avon, I know belif, I've seen a little bit of success, but I need to go a step further. So the first thing that you talked about were impressions and, really sharing the product. And I've seen there are a couple of questions. So Deborah has a great question. She's like, wait a minute, so this means I have to share the product 7 times. So I think, and Emily, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think, Deborah, it's not about 7 being a magic number. And you most certainly, and this could be a whole nother conversation, but you most certainly don't want to do it 7 times in a row. That could almost be considered kind of spamming your feed, regardless, right, Emily? How am I doing on Facebook or Instagram? But I think what Emily is trying to say is that it's about, think about yourself, right? In the real world, when you're out looking and kind of shopping for yourself, I guarantee you, if you actually counted how many times it triggers the first time for you to actually click through, that you would probably be like, oh my gosh, that was several times. It was definitely probably more than 5, right, Emily? I mean,
so that is a great question. So no, when I post about it 7 times, let me be super clear. I am not just posting a stock image of the product. So
right.
maybe it's Tuesday and I'm doing a hashtag texture Tuesday and I'm doing a close-up of that beautiful blue color of the aqua bomb. Maybe on Wednesday, I am doing a tutorial about me washing my face. Maybe on Thursday, I'm actually posting a picture of my skincare fridge and oh my gosh, it's stocked with belif. It's about creating a story within your post about a day in the life of a skincare lover and just finding little ways to put it in your story so that people happen to see it 7 times. And no, we do not want to be a running ad. I mean, you got to remember that 80-20 rule of social media. 80% of social media needs to be you, your story, who you are, what you love. That's what people are there to see. And only 20% is the hard sell of your posts. That's a great question.
No, it was a really great question. I'm pretty sure that when you also look at statistics, with, Instagram, Facebook, and you really look at the participation rates, at least with even me, I see that when it's a picture of myself or something that I have done individually and not one of our stock photos, the engagement rates are so much higher. So Emily, anything, go ahead.
I say, I have a brand new representative who just placed her first order and got samples in her order. And she messaged me and she said, oh my goodness, the aqua bomb is amazing. And I said, post it. That's the perfect post. I got samples in my order. I tried it. It's amazing. You're just sharing you with your followers. Your followers already like you. That's why they're following you. And you're just being honest with them and sharing your opinion.
Absolutely. And I know, Emily, speaking of samples, because you're a huge sample fan, and I want you to share with everybody. Now I'm going to put you on the spot. I want you to tell everybody the truth about your samples. You like your samples free. So they're on sale right now, but you actually prefer to get your samples free. So why don't you tell us a little bit about how you do that? And I think this is a great tip for everybody.
My daddy always told me, if it's free, it's for me. So, I mean, all the time, Avon is offering little freebies if you pay attention. So when you're checking out with your campaign order, there are 3 tabs. That middle tab is the offers tab. Every campaign, before you check out, click that offers tab because there's all kinds of goodies and surprises in that offer tab that maybe you didn't know about. So last campaign, they were offering free belif samples with every belif purchase. And it was like raining samples when my order came. Where did they come from? Oh yeah, they were free. So what I'm doing with the samples is I am actually mailing them out in a little holiday mailer like this. I'm just putting my business card, a couple of samples, and if you took advantage of the lip balm offer and you have lip balms coming out of your ear, that's a great gift as well. So we are, if you make a post in your story, and I think Whitney Klein actually did one today, and you do a poll, ask a question, and who would like a free sample of belif? Did you know we carry belif? And when they respond, thank you for responding. If you will enter the sweepstakes on my online store, I would be happy to send you a free gift, which is simply a sample and my business card. But when they're entering the sweepstakes, you are capturing their information so that you can follow up with them and ask them, what did you think of the aqua bomb? Was it super hydrating? Because the fortune is in the follow-up, but you're also capturing their email so that Avon can then market to them on your behalf while you then are just building the relationship with them.
Oh, Emily, everybody is loving that tip. They're like, oh, that's so good. I'm going to do it. See, I told you, you were going to retain and get so much great information from Emily this evening, wherever you are on your journey. New, you're, existing, you're a little seasoned. So really great. And I love hashtag raining samples, right? That's really, really awesome. Okay, is there anything else?
I have to throw in one more tip. If you have local customers, you can do what we call down here in the South a PPU, and that's a porch pickup. So
okay, what was a PPU?
PU down here in the South. It's a porch pickup. So you'll just make their little package and leave it on your front porch, and they just stop on by and pick it up.
So we have a great question, Emily, from Kayla. Kayla's asking, how can you see who enters the sweepstakes? That's a really great message.
That is a great question. So in your web office, you'll see new customers coming in, and you'll be able to see who joined your address book and when, and you'll be able to reach out to them to find out who entered the sweeps. But of course, hopefully, when someone is answering your poll or asking a question, answering your question in your story, you'll of course be able to have a conversation with them. And actually, that does a third thing. When they send you a message on Facebook, Facebook thinks, ooh, they're friends. I'm going to show her stuff to her more often. So 3 birds, 1 stone.
Love that. Okay, Emily, this is good. So we've talked about the new, we've talked about somebody that's a little, more familiar with everything. Now let's talk about the individual who's like, I am completely seasoned. I am an expert, but I still am always open to collaborate. And I know, Emily, you and your team are masters at some of these tips. So why don't you share away? These are great.
You said the magic word, and that is collaboration. Not just with your team, but think about who you can collaborate with outside of Avon. Who is doing the things already on social media that maybe isn't with Avon? She's kind of a self-proclaimed influencer, and she likes to get all the things from Ulta, and she likes to get all the things from Ipsy or whatever she's doing. She already has a following on Instagram. Reach out to her if it's someone you know and somebody you already have a relationship with. And I promise you, she'll be super excited to collaborate with you on something like belif. So even if maybe if you're feeling really generous, you send her the travel kit for her to do a story on, have her do a review on it, have her write a little bit of something on it. Or maybe you just send her 2 packs of the samples and ask her to review it as a sample. And I promise you, she's going to be excited to do it. If she is sharing your products, your people are going to see her stuff. And that in and of itself is going to be enough for her to want to do it because she's growing her Instagram following. But the benefit to you is she is sharing that at Beauty Boss Essentials is my Avon representative that gave me the belif, and I think it's super hydrating. She's going to share her testimonial to her followers featuring you as her Avon representative. So across the board, collaboration is just key.
Absolutely. And Emily, let me just ask you, once again, because I want to make sure that everybody's really understanding, when you talk about the collaboration, and I love the fact that you're talking about reaching out to a friend, a customer, an influencer, somebody that has a blog, or maybe somebody you admire and follow on Instagram, and you agree to do an exchange. And so you say, okay, I'm either going to send you, samples. I'm going to send you, obviously, you guys know I love this mini travel kit because I keep reaching for it, but I'm going to send you these, this cute little mini travel kit for a $20 investment, right, Emily? Plus whatever it costs to mail it, unless it's what is that, a porch pickup? But I imagine you would deliver that, right? But for a minimal investment, you're asking them to test the products, use the products, and then give their real testimonial. And obviously, we know that the products are amazing, and they're linking everyone to you. So you residually are, benefiting in terms of expanded exposure as well as sales. Tell me what is in it for the person that is sharing.
So for we'll call her an influencer, is going to be access to your followers as well, because she's going to be tagging you in her story and in her posts. So people that follow you already are going to see her stuff as well. So, whatever her niche is, or however she's monetizing her following, she's going to grow her following and her exposure, because all of your followers are going to now see her stuff. So that's how it's mutually beneficially. And who doesn't want free belif, right?
I mean, I think that's incredible. Whitney is just sharing that she has already received 3 sales from other people that have shared their love of products that she has gifted them. And I think that, that's a really important thing. So drop in the Q&A and tell us, is this something that you have tried? Have you considered, gifting samples or minis? And again, I don't want you also, when we're using the word influencer, right? Like sometimes we immediately go all the way to the top and think, oh my gosh, they have like 1 million followers. They'll never respond to me. Clarify a little bit more about that, Emily.
So I think first of all, it needs to be someone you already have a relationship with. It needs to be somebody that you already know, that isn't going to be shocked when you message her, because no to the hey girl messages. Don't message someone you totally don't know and have a relationship with, and just reach out and let them know what you're doing, what the benefit is to both of you. And if she has a little bit of a following, I mean, even a couple hundred, she's going to be like, oh my gosh, she picked me. She wants me to do this. And yes, don't get scared about, that influencer that's a paid influencer. I promise, even someone that has a couple hundred followers will get tickled to death to do something like this and be featured for you.
And Emily, I think that is such an important point, is that whoever you pick, they're going to feel so special. And to your point, even if, even if it's 50 people, 100 people, those are 50, 100, 200 exposures that you didn't have before. And I think that is just such a brilliant way. And again, I love, Emily, your overarching theme with everything tonight and everything that you always do, whether you're new, you're existing, you're seasoned, and you're expert, is always never leading with pushing a sale. You are always leading with relationships, collaboration. The way that it comes, across to so many is, and that gives the true sincerity, and as if you're valued as a friend. And that's something that I think, regardless of who we are, we all really want that. And Emily, that is absolutely why I wanted to feature you this evening, because I just knew, and I knew that you would be up for a good challenge. So you passed. Check, check, check.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Just leave, like, my final tip is just, yes, collaboration is key, but this isn't just a sales business. This is a relationship business, and that is so important. And however you can get in front of new people is so important. I mean, our friends and followers, our current customers are so important to us, but you're never going to grow if you don't find new people and do something new and do something scared. I mean, Matt and I just last week started a podcast. I mean, that is so new, but you have to try new things and do things different if you want different results.
100%. Lots of great comments coming in, Emily. and I appreciate the sincerity, of some of our representatives saying, listen, I don't have any belif customers yet, but thank you so much because I'm going to take these tips, I'm going to try them, and I promise you are absolutely going to see results. And a lot of comments about, just Emily, of course, you are so inspiring all the time. And it's also just because, and I know I say this all the time, I'm always showering you, but it's so well deserved. And it's because you're so relatable. And it's really real life tips. And I think that Linda Montavon just said it in the comments perfectly. Everyone just has to believe. That's a perfect way to end this evening. So, Emily, thank you, my friend, so much for joining me this evening and for sharing and imparting your wisdom with everyone. Emily, I know that you are on at Beauty Boss Essentials, correct? Did I say that correctly?
Essentials. We have a blog, we have a podcast, and we just like to share all the tips and collaborate and love to get feedback.
Absolutely. And like I said, if you have those, looking for inspiration in terms of activation and real world, how do I do it? Whether I'm new or I have been here for ages and I feel like I'm an expert and I just need a refresher, I just need some fresh energy. Emily and her team are really fantastic and they're also a ton of fun, right? If you do say so yourself, in terms of that information. So I encourage you all to everyone to collaborate and to really realize that together when we do things and we really share. And Emily, thank you so much again for being willing, to kind of open your book of secrets and to really share with us because it really does make us all better. And together we're always better, right? So I want to thank you, Emily, again so much. And thank you so incredibly much to every single one of you, our lovely representatives that have joined this evening. I promise I've been watching all of the comments as they have been coming in, and I truly appreciate it, and I cannot wait to see you all very soon. If I don't see you before Thanksgiving, I would like to wish you all a wonderful and blessed Thanksgiving holiday. Have a great evening, everyone.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.